Okay, so statutory surveys of hatch cover and their comings are to be carried out by the administration as part of the annual survey required by Article 14 of the International Convention on Load Lines, 1966. So administration here, do you understand what is administration here? Anyone? So this one, you will encounter this when you will take your maritime law, as I said, na, because these are laws. But I will tell you now so that you have an understanding what is administration, and it is also um, in our lesson. So administration here refers to your flag state, the registry of your vessel. For example, your vessel is registered in Panama, then it is your administration is the Panamanian government. If registered in Liberia, then the same. The administration is in Liberia. But if your vessel is registered in Monrovia, then your administration is of course Liberia because Monrovia is in Liberia. If you are registered in Manila, your administration is Philippines. But we have a Philippine registered vessel, so there is also the so-called administration. So administration is your flag state, whatever your vessel's flag is. So on ships subject to guidelines on the enhanced program of inspection during surveys of bulk carriers and oil tankers, Resolution A74418 as amended, this should be surveyed taking into account the guidance in paragraph 3.3 of Annex A of the said guidelines. So this enhanced program, this will be our topic on our road to the final, no? So this is not for midterm, no? So we will not tackle it here. It was only mentioned regarding this survey. So the surveys for bulk carriers, we will tackle that. Um, I forgot what the number. This is the enhanced survey program. But for oil tankers, we will not study this. This will be in your seamanship 4. No? Although maybe I may include it in our lesson, but we will not tackle that one. Okay, for each hatch cover set, at each annual survey, the following items should be surveyed. So during annual survey, these are the items that they will survey. So if you are the chief mate, you are going to prepare all of these. Cover panels, including side plates, and stiffener attachment of open the covers by close-up survey for corrosion, cracks, and deformation. So you need to check all of those. No? Number 2, for the items to be surveyed, sealing arrangement of perimeter and cross joints. These are the gaskets for condition and permanent deformation. Flexible seals on combination carriers, gasket lips, compression bars, drainage channels, and non-return valves. So you have to prepare all of them. It should be in working condition, especially these non-return valves and drainage channels. Of course, your compression bar should be clean and should must not have a dent. And then clamping devices, retaining bars, cleating. This is your cleats for wastage adjustment and condition of rubber components. And then for close cover locating devices for distortion and attachment. For chain or rope pulleys, if this is an equipment of your hatch cover. But normally we are now using the folding type and the side rolling type. But we still have chain for the side rolling type. No? And then guides. And then guide rails and track wheels. So there are also rails where the wheel is rolling. And then we have stoppers. So stoppers, this is the to stop the side to side movement of the side rolling, and also the forward and aft movement of the folding. So there is a stopper there, which is only a welded metal. Okay, so wires, chains, tensioners, and gypsies. This is for the single pull type of hatch cover. Gypsies is this one is your gypsy head or gypsy winch. Okay, so hydraulic system, electrical safety devices and interlocks, they will check also that. Of course, your hydraulic system should not be leaking and it should be covered. No, later I will show you. I think I have a picture here that a part of it should be covered. And then electrical safety devices, there are safety devices that is fitted folding type. When you are opening it, when it is near the end, it will automatically slow down so that it will not collide with the stopper, or it will not collide hard with the stopper. And then end and interpanel hinges, pins, and the stools were fitted. So there are hinges also because this is a folding type. Of course, there are hinges located there. No? It should be properly greased. Also, there are pins. Okay, so at each such way, at each annual survey, the combings with platings, stiffeners, and brackets should be checked for corrosion, cracks, and deformation, especially of the combing tops. So if you remember the combing that I have shown you, there are platings, there are stiffeners, and brackets to support that area. No? And then where considered necessary, the effectiveness of sealing arrangement may be proved by hose or choke testing, supplemented by the dimensional measurements of seal compressing components. So they do not require the ultrasonic leak testing because that is not available on board, no? Unless the surveyor will bring that one. So what is mentioned here is the traditional hose test and the choke test. So the choke test I forgot to mention to you. So this one you need to use the choke on the edge of the metal fully, and then close it, and then check the gasket if the choke will transfer to that rubber. For example, there is a place there that doesn't have a choke mark, then it means it is not compressing with the compression bar or the metal. So that is the purpose of the choke test. Okay, compression bars. This is inspection, maintenance, and repair for single pull type, side rolling, and folding type. So the compression bars are fitted on both sides and each end of the hatch combing top. They are designed to be in contact with the rubber gasket so that it prevents the ingress of water into cargo holds through the hatch combing. It is preferable to fit stainless or corrosion-resistant steel components to resist corrosion as much as practicable. Each item should be fitted at the same horizontal level. So you see this one, no? This is your compression bar. Maybe I will enlarge it. Okay, so can you see? This is your compression bar. Actually, this is supposed to be one or 1.5 inches, no? So this is your drainage seal. This is your double drainage. So this is your clit. top part only. This is what I was telling you. There is a hole on top of the cleats, which is used for putting the instrument or the tool, so that we can push it and pull it. Push it for securing and pull it for removing. And then we have the bearing pads there. So it is called quick acting cleat, side and end cleat holders. There are different types, but this is the most common that you can see on that you will see when you go on your apprenticeship. So quick acting cleats should be fitted at their original positions without any corrosion or bending. So this one is already failing, no? If we are the surveyor, then this one is not good already. Or said bending. The rubber washers that are fitted to the cleats should have proper elasticity. So do not paint this one, no? Otherwise, it will not be considered as a rubber. Okay, I will enlarge it so you can see. So this is it, no? Okay. So this type, you secure it using the head, or the head is above. This type, you secure it and then you can tighten it here below. So these are different types. Okay, so cross joint cleats, or can be called as wedge also. So this one, cleat socket beds plate for single pull type. But as I said, maybe you will not experience anymore this type. So my experience is flat, no, not like this, corrugated. This is corrugated. My single pull type that I have experienced is flat, but we still have this one, this type of cleat. So figures 35 to 38. Okay, so no, wait. So I will show you also. This is your non-return drainage valve. So this is not normally closed, no? The water will fill this one, and when the water uh, cannot go outside, then it will go inside the cargo hold. Ang position niyan is always open, no? Hindi katulad dito nakasara. Sinasara lang yan isang araw siguro, ganon. O kaya isinasara lang yan during fumigation. Pag nilason yung let's say yung kargada na let's say mais, fumigate yan, no? During fumigation, sinasara yan. And then this is your drain hole. So below this drain hole is your non-return valve, this one. So drain hole. So this is your compression bar. As I said, this is 1 to 1.5 inch only, as I remember. So this is your cargo hold. Okay, so at least you will know when you go on board, you already have an idea, no? Okay, so this is only to show you the deficiencies, no? You see, there are some but this is single full type, so we are not using this anymore. But if you are going in inter-island, probably there are still this type of hatch cover, no? Okay, so rubber seal packing, or what we call gasket, and retaining channel. So the retaining channel is where the rubber seal packing is inserted. Rubber seal packing are fitted in a retaining channel socket, also called socket, no? But it is actually a retaining channel because it is very long. that is in turn fitted at the hatch panels. Rubber gasket is designed to in contact with and compressed by compression bars so as to prevent the ingress of water into cargo hold. So you must remember also that the main purpose of your cargo hold is to prevent damage to your cargo, no? Not only the ingress of water. If you do not have the cargo, never mind the ingress of water. That is not so important because it will not. It is only dangerous if it is open, but a few ingress of water will not hurt if there is no cargo, no? That's why the main purpose of your hatch cover is to protect your cargo from damage. Remember that one because maybe I have included that in our midterm, no? Okay, the rubber gasket should have adequate elasticity and be tightly fitted, adhered to the retaining channel. With the retaining channel should be in good order and condition. If the rubber gasket can be compressed more than 25% of its uncompressed state, it is considered to lack elasticity and requires renewal. So you have to check, if it is already compressed very well, then you can also check the original thickness. Of course, the original thickness. It is in your manual. Okay, a sufficient number of spare rubber gaskets should be carried on board. The rubber gasket fitted at the hatch panel corners are easily damaged, necessitating an adequate supply of spares on board by ship operator so that ship's crew can take necessary preventative measures against the damages. Okay, so this is your rubber seal packing. So you can see, no, we may enlarge it. You see there is a gap there, and the other one is um, not already inside the socket. So there is already problem there. No? Problem here is the gap occurring at the joint between rubber gaskets. And then here, overcompression due to long-term continuous use. So you can see on this part, you can see it is already overcompressed. So maybe remaining is 50%. So you need to change. No, you need to cut here about 1 meter, and you need to change it. Or maybe you need to cut more, depending depending upon the rubber if it is still good or not. And then here, thin rubber pads attached to the surface of defective original rubber gasket in an effort to achieve watertight integrity. Repair should not be conducted in this manner but replaced with sound original rubber gaskets. So you can see, no? They only remedied this one. No? So they only put a rubber pad. But this is not the correct way. So sometimes there is also, for example, you repaired it 1 meter, and then the material that you fitted is not the original one or not the correct specification. Then after one voyage only or after 3 months, you check again, this is already flattened. So it means you need to change it with the original specification of rubber. Okay, so here is a partially renewed rubber gasket. Was not fitted evenly with the existing rubber gasket. This condition should be rectified. As you can see, no? The original is a little bit outside. This one is inner. So it is not flat. This is not good. Okay, so here, this is your retaining channel. Let me see. Rubber seal packing. So external corroded condition of retaining channel of the rubber gasket requiring repair, maintenance. The inside of the channel might have been corroded. If the rubber gasket is fitted in such corroded conditions, it cannot achieve its purpose. What they mean here is your if this is fitted and there are corrosion in your retaining channel, then it will not serve the purpose of making your cargo hold weather tight. So what you will do is you need to remove the rubber. If it is still good, you need to remove it and then make a maintenance on the metal, take out the rust and repaint, and then refit the rubber. You can use that rubber if it's still good. Do not cut, because it is better to refit an old rubber than cut a new one. But there is there is a possibility that it will have a gap later on. So it is better the original. Okay, so rubber seal packing, retaining channel still. Precautions should be made when conducting partial renewal of rubber gasket. Using inferior or dissimilar types of rubber gasket material can lead to rapid degradation and loss of watertight integrity of the hatch system. Other than emergency makeshift repairs, such practices of renewal should be avoided and the original standard rubber gasket should be installed as per the manufacturer's recommendation. So here, rubber gasket retained by vessel as spares which were supplied to the vessel by the operator or manager. So figures 40 to 46 show defective condition of rubber gasket. When the rubber gasket in such condition, the hatch covers may not be considered as weather tight. As you can see, no? As you can see, there is already a hole in the rubber. And this one, the rubber is already wasted. So torn and heavily worn joint parts. This one is torn. Okay. So the double drainage channel are fitted to prevent the water ingress into the cargo hold and allow water to flow over the compression bars into drain holes for drainage outside the hatch combing taps. So here now, for example, in case that in bad weather, the water will come in between your compression bar and the rubber seal gasket. It will not go inside the cargo hold because it will go to this drainage channel and it will go out again into the drain hole. So that is the purpose of this drainage channel which is protected by the drainage seal. The drainage channel should be maintained to be in good condition and any foreign substances such as rust, scale, and residual cargo from spillage should be removed. Because all of these scales, for example this one, I can see a scale, no? This one may go into the drain hole and your drain hole will be clogged. So that is also dangerous because the water that will be collected here in your channel will not go outside but it will go to the cargo hold. So it will damage also your cargo. Okay, so the double drainage seal are fitted inside the hatch combing and play a role to prevent ingress of water that entered the double drainage channel over the compression bar into the cargo hold. They should be maintained in their original condition. Figure 48 shows the defective condition of a double drainage seal due to corrosion and or wear and tears. In this condition, it cannot achieve its original purpose, and necessary countermeasures to ensure watertight integrity should be taken at the earliest convenience. So you can see here, so this is your cargo hold, no? This is your the drainage, double drainage, and then this is your drainage seal, which is should be protruding. But as you can see here, no, it is already wasted, and it is not already flat. Probably because this vessel is very old. So there is a need to renew this one. No, you need to weld a metal there for that purpose. Okay, non-return valve are fitted so that water that has entered the double drainage channel over the compression bar can be drained into the outside of the hatchcombing tap. Its role is also to prevent counterflowing of seawater from weather deck. It should be fitted with a standard device sufficient to prevent counterflowing. That's what I was telling you. No? For example, there are shipping seas, then the water will not come inside because of the non-return valve. And in some cases, there are pieces of fire hose, etc. fitted where non-return valve should be located. This is not a permanent solution but temporary, and therefore, a non-return valve should be fitted immediately. So here, the non-return valve was absent. No? Okay, so this is now about the side rolling type. So according to here, refer to the above paragraphs. It means those slides, no, that we have finished. You can refer about side rolling because those with that we have finished is also applicable to side rolling and also to folding types. Okay, however, as these hatch panels are extremely heavy, the hatch combing stays, panel rest, landing pads, etc. should be maintained continuously without deformation, physical damage or corrosion. So you need to check. This is for your inspection, maintenance, and repair. And then in addition, the hatch hydraulic system should always be in good working order and condition without undue delay while opening, closing the hatch panels. When there is undue delay, cargo might be affected by rain while the hatch panels are closing. Because I have also experienced this one. Our jack down mechanism or device, which is hydraulic system, is very slow, no? Half the original speed, no? But this one, they try to repair that in dry dock, no? So, on our voyages, until I went home, no? Until I finished my contract, it was very slow. But I heard that they repaired that in dry dock. I was not there anymore. So, later I will show you part of that, no? But for now, I'll show you here. So if you remember the compression bars, which is here, found around the cargo hold or the coaming top, no? This is your coaming and this is the top of your coaming or coaming top. So there is another compression bar in the middle, no? Including the folding type. If you can see this one, this is a compression bar. So you can see here, this is your compression bar in the middle, and there is a rubber gasket or rubber seal packing in the middle also, so that they will collide with each other and it will become weather tight. So I will show you another. Okay, so these are the hatch combing. This is your hatch combing, and as you can see, there are brackets and stiffeners, no? So stiffeners here, brackets here to make it strong. And you can see this chain. This is for the opening and closing. And then if you go to the other picture, this is your landing pads, no? So the landing pads, there is a part of the hatch cover that will be on top of this, no? And if there is no gap, then it means your hatch cover is in good place or in place. Okay, so here rubber gasket. Um, in my judgment, I think it is still okay. However, there is a paint, no? So paint is not permitted in your rubber seal packing. So actually, you need to remove this one because if the surveyor is strict, he will ask you to remove this, and it is very hard to do work uh, in short time. No, that's why you have to take it slowly while you have time. If you notice this, if you are the jeepmate, if you notice that there are paint, then remove that slowly. You must put it in your job orders for the boson so that slowly and slowly they can remove. And then we have the cross joint cleats. This one is also applicable in the folding type, but not all. No, I have the experience before. We are putting this in folding types, but later the newer models there is no like this anymore. No, which is cross joint cleats, different from the cross joint cleats of the single pull. So this is really you have to tighten the nut. This is not the like the quick acting cleat which you just put in place and tighten it with a spanner. This one you need to really tighten the nut. Okay, so as you can see below there is a dark color. It means there is a leaking or leakage from the hydraulic oil system. So that is not permitted because your vessel will be fined if you are in a strict port or corrupt officials now. So you need to take care of this, especially that there is no oil pan there. No, it is not designed as like that. And you can see here your jack. This is your jack up, jack down. So actually your wheel will be placed on top of that and then lowered down. That is the correct position of your closing. And when opening, this will be operated jack up and so that your wheel will be in line with the rails so that you can open. That is the purpose. So it is operated by a hydraulic. So you can see the flexible hose there covered by rubber also. But I cannot see, what I cannot see here is the pipe. There should be a pipe. Maybe it is hidden here. No? There should be a pipe for the hydraulic hydraulic oil. No? Because that is the one operating this jack. Okay, so as you can see, this is a different type of clit, which is there is no head actually. No? The head is fixed there, and the head is composed of an eye. Then you need to put this in a hook. So later I have a picture also there, which I can show you. Okay, so here, this is in open position. As you can see here, there is a yellow and black mark, tiger mark, we call that on board. And on top of it, there is a stopper. So that is what is a stopper inside rolling. So it will stop the hatch cover from falling, going to the sea or going on your deck. So that is your stopper. It is the wedge shape. You can see here this one. Can you see? Can you see the yellow color on top of that? That is the stopper. No? Maybe if you are using laptop, you can see that clearly. But if you are using cell phone, so try to enlarge. I do not know how. No? So this is a folding type. The stopper here is also on the edge of the rails. This is actually your rail. This is where your the wheels of the side, the folding type is rolling, no? And then it will stop here on the stopper. And then there is another stopper in red color also. So this is to stop the hatch cover from closing. Because this type of hatch cover, it can be closed by gravity. Even if the motor is not working, you can close it by gravity. That's why you need the stopper, because slowly and slowly it will close by itself because of gravity. No? That is the purpose of the stopper. That type of stopper. No? So you have two stoppers here. The one is stopping the wheels, and the other one is stopping the hatch cover panel from closing. No? Without these are without rubbers, no, all metal. So it will be metal to metal. Okay, so as you can see, they are wearing helmets. So that is the correct procedure, no? Okay, so for folding type, refer to all of the paragraph above for inspection, maintenance, and repair. So we have discussed that's why I said those compression bar is also applicable here. The cleats also applicable here. The non-return valve is also applicable with this type. All of what we have, except for those specified for single pull type, just like the um, cross cross joint cleats. Okay, so here you have your hold ventilator. So there are two types of ventilator, mechanical and natural. If it is mechanical, then there is a fan there, no? But probably this is a natural ventilator or ventilation. So this is only a window which you can open for ventilation if you want to ventilate your cargo naturally. So air will come inside this. Here is your clip. Here is your non-return valve. Okay, here we can see the boson and the chipmate, no? So the boson is working and the chipmate is watching, no? Of course, there should be an OS here or AB to assist the boson. Not like this, no? And then we have here. So can you do you notice that the cleats are side by side? So it is not supposed to be like this, but why? Why it is like this? Do you know the reason why it is like this? Because those I have shown you, they are more than 1 meter apart, no? And this one, side by side, why? Do you have any idea? Okay, so later I will ask you if you have any idea about why it is like that, no? And I will explain to you later. But first, I must finish this because our time is... Okay, so this is your hydraulic system. There is a jack also here, and it is covered with plastic. The purpose is, if there is dirt there, slowly it will go inside the rubber packing and it will damage it. And later on, it will become leaking. It will start leaking also. So that's why you need to cover that one so that it will always clean inside. Like this one, there is already a leak because you can see the color, no? It means oil is already leaking from this one. We'll come back to my question. Why is it? Why is it that the cleats are side by side? You see they are side by side. So why is that? Any idea? How about Mr. Google? Can Mr. Google cannot help you with this one? Maybe no. Maybe Mr. Google cannot help you with this one. That's why your tutor is not so great. Okay, so I will explain to you why. Of course, you do not know yet because you haven't been in the vessel, or even if you have been there for only for let's say visit. Okay, so the purpose of this is it means that this cargo hold is used for ballasting. This is a ballast hold, no? Because if you are going to be on board a Panamax or larger Panamax Capesize, of course, at least one or two of the cargo holds can be used for uh, ballasting. Because that is a very large vessel, the ballast tanks cannot do the job because it is a very large vessel. Now, for five cargo holds, six cargo holds, then there is no need to ballast that one. But there is also a design for that. No? Although not all five cargo holds are designed like that. But sometimes especially the Handy Max, the Handy size maybe no. But the Handy Max sometimes you can see also a ballast hold. So the purpose of this is because if water is inside the cargo hold, then of course if you do not have enough securing, then the water will push the hatch cover up. And if you have only a small number of cleats, then your cleats will be damaged. It cannot stop because of the free surface action of the water. No? So do you understand? Because if it is a ballast cargo hold or ballast hold, then you have to put water full. No? It is safer to put it full than half. So that is the purpose why it is side by side. No? Too much to secure. Topic. Okay, general matters relating to hatch cover handling. The following should be taken into consideration when opening and closing hatch covers. So always wear a safety helmet or PPE, no? Personal protective equipment. So safety helmet, shoes, and working clothes. So these are always required when working on the main deck. You must ask boson for your PPEs. So if they are not wearing the helmet, do not copy them. No, you have to wear that helmet because you learned it here in the from LPU because that is a requirement. No, even for insurance. Okay, before commencing the relevant work, the cargo hold should be inspected carefully for safe working conditions in the cargo hold, gas emissions, projecting materials, etc. So be sure, no? Do not go inside without the instruction of your boson or the chiefmate. So you need to check for because there are some cargos bulk. For example, yung coal. Sometimes the coal emits a methane gas. So that is very dangerous, no? So you have to check for those one. And then commence work only after it has been verified, confirmed that there are no people or objects at the hatch combing top and its surrounding areas. So you need to check also the combing. Maybe there are some people there, no? So as you can see, this is my vessel. We are berthing here. Maybe grains, no? I forgot what our cargo here. or cold. So you can see I'm wearing my PPE. It is a little bit colder in Australia. No? Okay, I'm wearing also a light because it was dark then, and only now it is already daylight. No? That's why I'm wearing my light. Anyway, this light is all this one is my personal, no? But you have that also on board, but sometimes it is not working anymore. So it is very hard to ask for supply. That's why if you can bring your own, then it is better because that is your own. You need only to ask for battery from the boson. Okay, the following. Okay, this is a continuation, no? So have the crew monitor the working condition throughout the work to enable swift safety measures in case of emergency. So you need to instruct the boson, no, to monitor your crew. And also, it is better to work what we call on board as buddy-buddy. No? It means you have a partner in working so that if anything happens, someone will report or someone can report. Okay, conduct work slowly when handling hatch cover at the initial and final stage, especially the initial, because sometimes you forgot to remove one clit, and of course it will be damaged because the hydraulic is very strong. So you need to check really and open it slowly. Okay, remove foreign substances remaining at the hatch drainage channel before closing the hatch cover. So this is also neglected, no? Always neglected by the deckhands, no? Especially if the shipmate is not giving the order. So you need to check the drainage channel before closing the hatch cover. Also the drainage hole, no? Because especially if that is grains, sometimes corn is already there is already a plant there that is sprouting. Okay, so you can see the chipmate here. Okay, so there is no goggles, no? Probably in his pocket. And as you can see, it is very dirty because our cargo is coal. Okay. Okay, verify the hatch clip, etc. are properly clipped, and if not, that the condition is rectified properly. Also verify that the non-return drain valve is open and the hatch hydraulic oil system is filled with oil. So if you remember, the correct position of the non-return drain valve is open. As I said, do not close that one if not necessary. So I will show you here. So this is the type of clip that I was showing you. The head is composed of an eye and you need to secure that in a hook. So this is a hook and then you need to tighten it down by just pushing this tightening device. Okay, check hatch cover when the vessel has encountered boisterous weather at sea. If any abnormality is found, it should be rectified immediately. So after a bad weather, um, you need to check visual inspection of your hatch cover. And then grease properly where needed. There are greasing points located on the hatch cover. So you need to grease that. The same with the cranes. There are greasing points in the cranes. And then where hatch covers are covered with tarpaulin, pay keen attention, taking into consideration the difficulty involved in recovering if the tarpaulin is taken off at sea. So the tarpaulin, it is very hard to fix that one. if you are already at sea because of wind. Even a not so strong wind, it is very difficult. As long as there is a wind, it is very difficult to put that in position. No? That's why you need to check the button bar, check the wedges, so that they are always in place. Although if you go international, you will not encounter this anymore, no? Because this is not the. But maybe in inter island, maybe you will still encounter. So this is our the end of our topic number 3. We will go now to topic number 4.